Today in PSHE we are looking at motivation, and motivation is your reasons for acting or behaving in a particular way, so your reasons for doing something. We feel motivated to do something when we have a reason why we're doing it. So for example, you might want to learn your times tables so that you feel more confident in maths lessons. You might want to read a book about space because you want to be an astronomer when you grow up, or you might clean your room so that you have more room to use the next day. So all of those, once you have that reason, you have that motivation to actually complete that task. And there are two different types of motivation. The first one is extrinsic, and that's just a fancy word that means it comes from the outside. So that means, for example, that if you do this, you could get a house point or a certificate. If you do it, you'll get a good score or a grade. You might get paid, you might make your family proud, you could become famous. So those are all reasons to do something that come from being given some type of reward. Another type of motivation is intrinsic motivation, and that's a fancy word to mean inside or myself. And that's when you're motivated to do something just because you enjoy it, because it makes you feel happy, because it makes you feel accomplished, it might make you feel calm, because it's the right thing to do. So that's the difference between these two people playing football. One of them is motivated because they might get a big shiny trophy if they win. The other one just really loves playing football, and often when we do something, we're motivated by a mix of both of those things, and it's important to be able to identify that. So a good way to summarize why we're motivated to do something is to think of that question. Why? Why are you doing this? So you might have a goal, for example, your goal might be to read the second and third books in the Harry Potter series. And your why could be that you really love the first book and you want to find out what happens to the characters next. So when you're writing your goals, a good way to do that is to have your goal. So for example, it could be to learn your 7 and 8 times tables, to really think of that why. Why is this important to me? And when it gets difficult, why am I going to be motivated to do it? So one example could be being more confident in maths lessons and feeling ready for secondary school. And then once we have that goal and that why, we can start thinking of some ideas of how you'll do that thing. So to learn your times tables, you might want to make a set of flashcards, you might want to set aside some time, you might want to get an adult to quiz you once a week. So today your task will be to do basically exactly this, to think of some goals, think of the reason why, understand why you're motivated to do that thing, and you can come back to extrinsic and intrinsic. It could be something that you're motivated to do just because it will make you happy, or it could be something that you're motivated to do because you think you'll get some type of reward from it. And then try to think of how you're going to achieve it as well.